1, 2. See how this works. How do I share this joint? Anybody here? Not yet. Send feedback. You don't have access. Blah, 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 blah. So let's try to go here. This works. It's a testing situation. First time popping that cherry. Now let's go to there. Am I streaming? Is this up? Is it running? Is it working? It is working. So let's go here to share. Copy and throw it up on these joints. Let's give it a test here and let some people know that we are going live. PM. New HC. And copy that. And then post. And then we go here. And then we're going to get the numbers up and get some people here. Now, how do I know if people are here? I don't know. I guess there's a number someplace. All right, let's see here. See if this works. Oh, shit, we are live. Okay, it's been 2 minutes. Maybe I should say something. Now, ain't nobody here yet because nobody knows. So it's all good. Or I could go live later because everybody and their mama going live now. So, of course, rush hour. That's the time to hit the traffic. All right, so blah, 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 blah. Are we working? Testing? Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this thing live? Oh, shit. What's up, y'all? Triple R in the place for Sports Chicago style. And wanted to just actually was testing out the streaming and the live and all that fun stuff. And come to find out, the Chicago Bears are hiring former Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson to be their new head coach. Cool. As long as he wins, cool. If he doesn't win, it sucks. But time will tell. As he is the number one hot name out there to be the next head coach, and there was supposedly a struggle with the Vegas Raiders because they wanted him, and it's like, oh shit, Tom Brady's hollering at him. It's like, can Ryan Poles, out pay and out, draw the interest to get Ben Johnson? And it turns out they did. Right on President Warren, right on Ryan Poles, as money was no object, and the actual numbers aren't out yet, but the $15 million a year range was supposedly discussed. How many years? We don't know. Will they sync up contracts with Ben Johnson as the OC, as the as the head coach, and Ryan Poles as GM? Or does Poles' deal go beyond, or how will that work? We don't know yet. But it is refreshing that the Bears actually got the number one target of the offseason for the head coaching position. He's the one that they pointed to, put the finger on early, and through all the gossip, through all the ups and downs, and with the Lions losing last weekend against the Commies, now he's available. And what's today? Tuesday? He's hot. Wait, no, today's Monday or Tuesday? What is today? Today's Monday. Oh shit, not even Tuesday. So 2 days after he was available because he was no longer employed because the season was over, he's a Bear. And that's pretty sweet that our front office was able to go out and do their maneuvering and all that fun stuff to get their number one target. And that is, refreshing. That's nice to see that the organization is able to do some things. Now I know there were some thoughts that Mike McCarthy, having experience would be the number one candidate, but no. Johnson's able to put up, 30 points a game for the offense, for the play calling. He gets sometimes, I think, a little too smart for his own good with all the trick plays. And, just remember that one play against the Bears where he had Penei Sewell, their right tackle, on an option pass thing. And I was like, okay. And then the late in the game against the Commies when he had the wide receiver pass, say, well, what are you doing? Gibbs in the run game had been gashing him the whole game. And Goff was not on point, but you took the ball out of the running game's hands that was working. Not to analyze that game, but just to look at it as like, some questionable decisions, but what have you. Now, granted, as their offensive coordinator, he's never been a head coach. So he doesn't have that experience to run an entire team. And I don't know him personally, obviously, and not been in the room, but he really doesn't strike me as that leader of men, rah-rah, kind of guy. He seems to be more, of a brainiac, more studious. But as long as the players respect him and follow his lead, and he's leading them to victories, let's fucking go. I'm with it. So it will be interesting as there is change in Halas Hall for the better. The number one prospect, if you will, for the head coaching position, the Bears scored him. Money, not an issue. So no longer are the McCaskies throwing around nickels like manhole covers, because ain't nobody throwing manhole covers like that. Them shits is heavy. And it's like, so basically they cheat. Not now, 2025. So last draft, Ryan Poles was able to get the number one pick through that trade with the Panthers, which resulted in Caleb Williams. And he looks like, a good franchise type quarterback, as long as we get him some protection and we let him do his thing. With the acumen of Ben Johnson, he's able to get points on the board for his offenses. Let's hope he can still do that, working with Caleb Williams in this offense, however they design it, that it will be productive and that they will, put up points and be successful and fucking win. Sorry. Didn't mean to go off script there for a second, but guess what? Ain't no script. The Bears have a new head coach, and also Dennis Allen, who was a former head coach of the Saints down there in New Orleans. He is supposedly joining the staff as defensive coordinator. Now, scuttlebutt has it he was a horrible head coach, Dennis Allen, but an excellent defensive coordinator. He is a aggressive play calling kind of guy with his defenses. So there's a lot of blitzes and a lot of activity, which is totally different than the plain ass vanilla that we've been seeing. Just change it up, be aggressive, dominate, and don't just give up yards because, hey, bend but don't break. You know what bending but don't break leads to? Losses. You know what playing conservative leads to? Losses. So if Dennis Allen is, aggressive with the defense, he's respected by the team, and they're willing to run through a wall for him, I'm good with it. As long as we fucking win. Bottom line. Everything else is just, cotton candy and gumballs. Just sugary sweet. Oh, we got this. Yeah. Wins is what we need and want to see. So with Ben Johnson as the Chicago Bears' new head coach, and possibly Dennis Allen as the defensive coordinator, hopefully we're all good. Now, the offensive coordinator, I don't know how much that will actually matter because Ben Johnson is the de facto offensive coordinator, even though he's head coach. So that may just be a position in name only, and it's basically down the line quarterback coach, offensive quality control kind of thing. New head coach, baby. Let's go, Bears. What the fuck? Yeah. So, Bears fan, I hope you all are excited about the possibilities. But I also know that us older heads, maybe with a little bit of the, what do you call that stuff? The gray hairs, who've seen changes, who've seen the hot, players, the hot prospects, the hot coaching names. But they very rarely, if ever, have landed here. So, progress, step in the right direction. A new day in Hallis Hall, as President Warren has said. Now just wait. Next week they'll be like, oh, we're breaking ground on a new stadium. Yeah, that might be a little premature, but it's coming. I know it's coming. It's got to be coming, right? Yeah, it is. Because the tide is turning for this Bears organization for the better. At least the positivity of today, that's what we hope. So, yeah, we've weakened the Kitties as they're losing both their offensive and defensive coordinators. Talk is that Glenn is probably going to the Jets. Cool. So if we can weaken a divisional opponent while increasing our divisional presence, that's some good shit right there. And now you look at how Jordan Love and the Packers are kind of like self-destructing up there. The Vikings are showing who they always were and choked it away. The Lions losing their offensive and defensive coordinators. The division is damn near wide open again. And I like it because now we don't have to suck as much because we have a coach, we have a quarterback, we have weapons, we have pieces on defense, we address the trenches, offensive line, defensive line, pick up a tight end, maybe another safety, Kwani B and his concussions. I'm not comfortable with that. And a few other pieces here or there, running back in the draft. We're going places now. Now for the next few months, of course, the discussion will be at draft pick number 10. Do we pick a player there who's supposed to be a quote-unquote blue chipper? Or do we trade back for more pieces because this team has more pieces to fill than we actually have draft picks or money to acquire players in free agency? So The excitement of the 2025 season has begun with our new head coach. Aunt Moss, what up, brother man? Yes, we did sign Ben Johnson. He is the new Chicago Bears head coach. And supposedly, former Saints head coach Dennis Allen will be signing as defensive coordinator. So, yeah, news is happening. Moves are being made. It's still unclear how long the contract is for, how much, and we really don't care how much because it ain't our money and it doesn't go against the salary cap. But the years are kind of interesting. But whatever, that's down the line stuff. So right now, I'm sure Caleb Williams is actually taking a real phone call from the real Ben Johnson about how, hey, we're gonna move forward. Let's start working now. Here's the playbook. Let's fucking go. You got to feel the positivity, even though with these gray hairs, it's like, it's nice to hear, but show me, prove it. Let the excitement build as the wins build. Right now, even though he is the number one candidate that we've signed, Ben Johnson, as head coach, we ain't won shit yet. Now, granted, we haven't played any games, but I would temper our excitement until it's proven. The level of joy is one thing, and to be excited is another, but to just assume that it's like, oh shit, Super Bowl. We got the number one quarterback last year in the draft. We got the number one choice of head coaches, former OCs, offensive mind. Now, what are the excuses? Well, protection, trenches. We're going to address that. So I don't see a reason why this Bears team should not be productive, in the 25 season. I don't see any reason that with this cap room that we have, like 80 million or so, that you can't get a few good pieces who are not old, but you're kind of gonna have to overpay in free agency. That's the way free agency works, but not overpay too much, we hope. What moves will need to be made to have current players on this roster gone, traded, or cut because they don't fit the Johnson mold or the Allen mold on defense. Allen, like I said before, he is a aggressive play caller. He calls a lot of blitzes and things like that now. Will he, want to work with everybody that we currently have? Does he have his own, players that will come with him? And that means that players that are here now got to go to make room for him. Those are decisions that will be upcoming and not that long, because the draft is in April. Free agency's in February. So yeah, not that long. Shit's happening. Shit's rolling downhill, getting a bigger turd. Here we go. Ha! Doug Kramer playing halfback. Ugh. It's so weird about Doug Kramer because, Bates, not available. He was hurt. Shelton wasn't horrible, but he wasn't like good. But Kramer could get no reps at center. So we cut Blasingame, our actual fullback. And then when we need a fullback, we have Kramer come in. And then one time we gave him the ball and fumbled, and it was just all fucked up. But yeah, it's just hopefully the personnel decisions and personnel management will be more conducive to the talents of the players. Because I swear to God, if I see Doug Kramer in the game and he does what is he? Is he a center? Is he a fullback or whatever position he's at in the game? If he does an option pass, I might lose it. I might lose my shiznit totally. So let's strap it up and get ready to play some football. Because guess what? The Bears got a new head coach and offensive coordinator who's a smart guy, sometimes too smart for his own good, but his play calling is inventive. He gets the run game going, he gets the play action going. He has receivers open on every level, short, medium, long. Sure. You got your St. Browns, you got the other guy that the Lions had, the third string wide receiver. And then you have the tight end action. Komet, will he get more love next season in this offense? Swift, is he going to be the lightning? So we still need a thunder. Would like to say that Roschon Johnson is that thunder, but he's had health issues, specifically concussion, which, you don't play around with those. It's not like an ACL, with Wheeler or, a joint or body injury. Once you get your brain scrambled, no bueno. So the player management and usage, just the overall vibe should be that much better, because new is usually always better until it isn't. So let's hope the newness, when it wears off and it's like not new anymore, but it's exciting as fuck, because guess what? We have an offensive a head coach now who's calling the offense, who has, historically been able to put up with his offenses 30 points a game. Chicago Bears. When has that ever been a thing? Where it's like, oh yeah, shootout time. Oh, we're good. We got this. No. It's like, yeah, we're going to need our defense to hold teams to under 21 points if we want to have any possibility of winning, because our offenses have been so lackluster at 9-point scoring that it's like, maybe we can get you 24 if we're lucky. Yeah. Hey, 30 points a game, you get Caleb Williams out there, you're hitting Komet, you're hitting DJ, you're hitting Rome Odunze, let's get Tyler Scott some deep posts. That fucking guy, forget he's on the team. It's like, yeah, he had some drops early, but they never got back in the games. How do you progress? How do you learn? How do you mature? How do we know that you haven't? So just the player management is an exciting opportunity to get the best out of what we have and the new players that will come in, because the production has been so lackluster whatsoever. Will Tremaine Edmonds still be here at middle linebacker? He's making a lot of money, but he hasn't really lived up to expectations. Will DC Allen, gotta say that now, DC Allen, defensive coordinator. We got new pieces, y'all. But will he be able to get the best out of them? JJ, he's a good player. He's our only all-pro. You got to give him his props. But he makes a lot of money too, and he don't like to stick his nose in there with tackles. Is that something that an aggressive defensive coordinator wants to work with? Tyreek Stevenson, he has the physical dimensions, and he likes to stick his nose in there, but his maturity, ain't there. Will he be able to progress and learn and mature and grow? Will defensive coordinator Allen, got to get used to saying that, defensive coordinator Allen, head coach Johnson, let's go. But is he a Big Johnson at head coach? Remember the Big Johnson shirts and the gear? Oh, those are funny. But yeah, will this coaching staff still being built? And I still haven't heard that Semo has been fired yet. Chris Morgan, former offensive line from, if I need to go myself, I'll go pick him up and take him to the airport. Bus. No, he don't even get the airport. He get the bus station. Yeah, Greyhound. Is that still on Harrison? Yeah, drop him off over there. Don't even stop for snacks. Nah. But who will be the new coordinators, the new coaches, the new players? It's like a turning over of a new leaf that hiring this head coach has done for this fan base and this franchise. It was very disappointing last season as the expectations were much higher than the team achieved. But hey, you got some new shit going on. A shout out to Aunt Mas, right on. The live chat going. I can see it going. I'm doing this live thing for the first time. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Keeping it real, Trip. Bear down. Right on, Marco King. Appreciate it. I hope Ben works. I was on the McCarthy train. Well, you see, that's the thing. The future will tell, and hindsight is always 2020. But right now, Mike McCarthy is the most experienced head coaching candidate on the market now, right? Well, not what's his name, the old dude from Seattle, Pete Carroll, him too. But McCarthy has been there as HC, for many years. So the things that Ben Johnson doesn't know yet, he has to learn. And so, yes, now we're going into 2025 with the first time, head coach. So there will be growing pains, a learning curve, if you will, because we can't expect the guy to come in and be like, oh, I'm the best head coach ever, even though I've never done it before. Given time, hopefully he will achieve that level. But we got to be patient, which is easier said than done, because it's like, bro, we got a new head coach. He's an offensive guy. He's going to unleash our number one quarterback, pick and turn him into a franchise quarterback, and it's going to be fucking awesome. That's what we all want. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to hear. That's what we want to happen. But pump your brakes. And what's that state next to Illinois? Missouri. And what's their motto? Show me. So we got to be shown that, yes, Johnson is worthy of the head coaching position, that Caleb Williams is worthy of that number one pick, and that every player is worthy of that roster spot. Is that too much to ask for a winning franchise? I don't think so. Yeah, we're the rookie head coach training grounds, which is kind of weird because you want to say, hey, we're going to find the new brain coming out of the coordinator ranks to be a head coach, and it's going to be glorious. As opposed to, it's like, hey, that guy, he's done it before. Let's get him in here. And remember in Miami when, what's his name, McDaniels, whatever. When he was the rookie head coach, young guy, first time, he went down there, the excitement and he was Tyreek Hill, the cheetah going down the field and Tua hitting guys until Tua got hit and then got his brain scrambled. And then their whole team kind of went to shit. Tyreek Hill is asking for a trade and they have all the speed on wide receivers, but they're not able to do it. So is this, Daniel McDaniels, what's his name? McDonald's, not McDonald's. The coach from Miami, the Dolphins. So is that a growing pain for him or is he in over his head? We won't know. So the difference in growing pains and being in over your head takes time to figure out because you got to learn from the mistakes. And we all make mistakes. Ben Johnson's going to make mistakes. I mean, he's human. Will he learn from those mistakes and not have the hubris to be like, no, I was right. Shit just didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen. So I'm going to keep doing the same thing. It's like, we hope he will learn and adjust and grow. Like Marco said, he's definitely creative. Yeah, which kind of scares me. Sometimes, are you too smart for your own good? As opposed to lining up power I, if you need 2 yards, do you want to run it, straight into the middle of the defense that the defense is expecting? Or do you want to toss it out if you got a lightning guy, like a Gibbs or a Swift? Or do you play action? He'll figure some shit out, but then Johnson does it where it's like, oh, it's power I. We're expecting the run up the middle, but we're watching out for the toss. He'll do something like fake the eye, fake throwing out to the scat guy or something, and then he'll, lateral it that way. So there's a lot of misdirection, a lot of, window dressing, if you will, with his offense, which is cool because it seems to work. As long as it works, it's all good. If it don't work, then it sucks. But we're looking at the positivity here. So yeah, sure. If it works, it's all good. The ingenuity, the creativity, the thoughtfulness on how to disguise plays from different formations and the utilization of whatever playmakers he has, that's a beautiful thing. And that's, part of his resume that made him the number one hot name, for this hiring cycle, of which the Bears got. That's the fucking part that gets you hyped. It's like, wait a minute. We get that the Bears organization, Hallis Hall, we'll get the third, fourth choice that we want because the number one choice or the number two choice or the number three choice are going to all these other places. And it's like, no, that's not happening this time, which is refreshing as hell because we hear the lip service. We hear a lot of this going on, but they're putting their money where their mouth is. They're out there negotiating. They're out there backroom dealing. The Lions just lost on Saturday. Today's Monday, and Johnson is hired. So this deal has been in effect for, weeks now. It's not like between Saturday and today. It's like, okay, as Ben Johnson, who do I want to coach for? Where do I want to go? It's like, nah, this has been in the works for a minute. And the numbers, $15, $16 million a year for a rookie head coach, get the fuck out of here. But that's the price that he commands. That's where the market is nowadays. And the Bears weren't shy about ponying up to pay it. Now, I don't have the actual number, but it's theoretically around $15 million a year. I saw something earlier, I don't know how true it was, that the Raiders were offering 6 years, $90 million. Now, that would be a little bit ridiculous. I mean, I understand you want to get your guy, but it's like, that's kind of, granted, it's not our money. But as long as he wins, I don't care what the price tag is. And as long as they can't say, well, we spent the money on the coach, so we can't do A, B, C, D, and E anymore because all the money's there. Well, that would be some bullshit. Nah, that's coach's money. That ain't got nothing to do with the salary cap. It ain't got nothing to do with the team, players or nothing like that. That's the Hallis Hall money that we don't get into. So spend whatever you got to spend. But let's not just get to the point where it's like, well, we paid them, so we're going to win now. That's what we hope. And that's what we want. And that's what better fucking happen. But we will be patient. Right? No. We're the Chicago Bears fan base. We want shit right fucking now. So, yeah. Playoffs 2025 or bust. Some will say. And it's like, no, give them time. But theoretically, are you expecting with these changes in the head coaching position, the OC, the DC, that this Chicago Bears team will be competitive and ready for the playoffs in 2025 in this division. As mentioned, Green Bay's having their issues. Vikings are having their quarterback issues. As Darnold's a free agent, are they going to re-sign him? Are they going to bring up the rookie? Is Danny Dimes going to be their quarterback? Unknown. The Lions, who have been running roughshod over the division the last couple years, are losing both their coordinators. That has to affect your team negatively. There's no way that they're just going to hire other people or elevate other people from within the organizations and have the same results. That's kind of not going to happen. So with the money we got in the cap, with the moves that Ryan Poles will make in the draft, because we know he will, he's done it every season that he's drafted, every draft, he's made some moves. So we should be able to get the trenches filled and manned with appropriate talent and fill in the rest of the roster spots as necessary. What's stopping this team from being a playoff team? Okay. All right, Ant. 2 years playoffs, being conservative. Right? That's cool. While I got the chat going, because that reminds me, pump the brakes. Have expectations, but not exorbitant expectations that are like not achievable or attainable. You want to keep the expectations here, and then if they overachieve, yay! But then if they underachieve, their expectations aren't as high, so we won't be as crushed or heartbroken, theoretically. Yeah, I could see that. But still, bro, I mean, playoffs in 2025, playoffs. So exciting. But I would love for the playoffs to happen this year to get the team, specifically Caleb Williams, a little experience in there. Nobody's expecting Super Bowl, but playoffs, yeah. At least a wild card or get in the playoffs to feel the difference in the speed of the game, the competitive nature that's going on, and then learn from there. That's how winning teams, successful teams, advance. They take it step by step, they learn, and then they go on to success, and they have that, record behind them of growth. We need to see that growth from this Bears team, because right now we're not the worst team in the league, obviously. So, but I can still say we're shit. We'll be less shit. We don't want no shit eventually, but the less and less shit that we come out, yeah, the better smelling we will be. So yeah, first time going live, just wanted to pop the cherry on it and come out with this exciting news that the Chicago Bears have a new head coach in Ben Johnson, a new defensive coordinator in Dennis Allen, and unknown as far as the rest of the staff right now. It's still being put together, which is cool. So this week there will be more news coming out, more information, and hopefully it's going in the right direction that we want it to go. So I'll wrap up this live right now and maybe do a show later with the fellas, get them together. Shout out to Coach Tripping. Shout out to Chef Trips and Trip. Be on the lookout. Trip is doing his exercise vlog, and it'll be out later this evening. And Chef Trips has what did he say he was making? Like a sweet and spicy pasta, caramelized onion pasta thing or something like that. So keep on the lookout for that. All of the exciting content from Sports Chicago Style. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, you can find our social media accounts. And then if you would like to support via Patreon or Ko-fi, much appreciated. And then the website, sportschicagostyle.com. Shout out Marco, shout out Atmas, and everybody who is viewing but did not comment, and everybody that will view on demand. We got a new HC, baby. The number one prospect HC. Go on, Ryan Poles. Go on, Kevin Warren, do that shit. Now, who do we give credit for this? Is this a Poles thing or is this a Warren thing, I wonder? Or is it a collaboration? I don't know. But whoever made it happen, it happened. And being that we are looking at moving on up in the world, moving on up to the east side, moving on up. We finally got our head coach today. Yeah, that doesn't really rhyme, but close enough. You get it. So whatever happens, we hope that the Bears are victorious and that it all works out right. Let's see. Robert Martin, trash. What's trash there, homie? Oh, you don't like Ben Johnson? Were you a... Let's see, who are the other candidates, top candidates? There was McCarthy, Monken, and a whole plethora of people as they interviewed like 22 people. You know, they got that Eddie George, Rooney Rule hiring interview out of the way on Sunday. You know, so the deck has been cleared. And Ben Johnson has the reins as head coach of the Chicago Bears for the 2025 season and beyond. So let's all look out for the growth and development of this team, of this franchise, of this organization, and hope it equates to wins. Being conservative, 2 years for the playoffs, but I don't know. 2025, this division, the parity, playoffs this year, baby. Not playoffs or bust, but playoffs. Let's raise the bar a little bit and hope that they can clear it. So yeah, cool. So I will sign off for now, and we will get the regular content going. And hopefully be back later or tomorrow with more exciting Chicago Bears news. So all my Bear brethren and sisterin, bear the fuck down. Let's go! New coach, baby. New direction. Palace Hall. Let's go. All right, so Sports Chicago Style. And we will see you next time. Thanks for joining this first live. The cherries popped and we're rolling. So, see you soon. Y'all be easy.